Welcome back, you guys, to another favorites for the month. I cannot believe that it's time to give you my July favorites. I just don't even know. I put one of these videos up, next thing I know, I'm putting another one up, and I'm like, has it really been a month? And I feel like I say that month over month, but time is flying. Soon we're looking at going into fall months, which is crazy, blows my mind. But I have a few goodies for you that I just absolutely was really blown away. I mean, when I include things in my monthly favorites, it's because I either loved using them during that month or it's a new product that I just absolutely fell in love with. And I feel like there's quite a few of those in this favorites, in the favorites for this month. There's just quite a few new products that blew my mind, that I absolutely fell in love with, that I really can't believe I loved as much as I did. So, with that being said, let's just go ahead and get right into this video so that I can show you what I was loving for the month of July, which just so happened to be my birthday month. Alright, let's get started. Alright guys, as usual, I'm not going to go in any particular order. I'm just going to pull stuff out of this basket and we will go from there. So I have two brushes that absolutely just, like I have had for a while and just really had never used. The other I did purchase this month and loved more than I thought I would. Okay, so let's start with the Tarte little concealer brush. This I featured in my haul, and honestly, when I first took it out of the box, I was like, gosh, it really does feel cheap, and it does. It feels super lightweight. It looks like it would feel a little bit more sturdy than it does. It feels super, super lightweight, almost like cheap plastic. However, these bristles are so stiff, dense, and soft that they don't, so it is specific to concealer. I have been using it with all types of concealer, not just the concealer that Tarte just re-released, which I only have a sample of, excuse me. But honestly, guys, this thing is so good at, like, I don't know, it's not like any other concealer brush I've used, and I've been using a beauty blender for a while now, it seems like, but this thing just really packs in the concealer quickly and easily, and the thing I like about it is, what's weird is it doesn't soak up a lot of product. It's almost like it leaves the product on your face, but it doesn't soak up all the product, so it ends up distributing the product nicely. It looks airbrushed, it looks smooth, it doesn't look all gross. I'm loving this one. I think it was like 24 bucks, so kind of in the price range of a normal high-end brush. The other brush is by Wet n Wild, and this was actually from the holiday set last year that I picked up at Walgreens for like 30 bucks. And I don't even know what to tell you this one's called, because Wet n Wild, I guess they don't seem to label their brushes. Maybe they just didn't on this set. This brush has been so amazing for applying bronzer. You guys know, if you've been with me for a while, I've told you I'm not really great at doing contour. It looks messy, it looks muddy, it looks gross. I don't get a clean line, even if I do the powder underneath to clean it up. But with this, I seem to be able to get it, like, maybe not exactly precise, but if I'm just going in just to kind of like either contour or bronze right in that area, it seems to really do a good job with minimal effort on my part. So this thing is awesome for bronzing, like up near my hairline, to the middle of my forehead, just down my nose, right down my temples, and right in that area that I told you. I also I'll go right here, right here. I can be messy with this and it still looks great. I just have been loving this brush. I wish, again, I could tell you what it was so that you can go check it out as far as a single, but it's this fluffy kind of dome type of brush, so check this out at your local grocery store. I'm sure it's like 3 bucks. So the next thing I've been loving is also something I got this month. It was a 100-point perk, and this is actually my second bottle, and it's the Tatcha Deep Cleanse. I had been on the fence about this one when it first came out. It's been on my loves list, but it's one of those where I'm like, it can wait. It doesn't feel like it's something I have to have right now. It's something that is not limited edition. And so I waited, and I'm glad that now it was a 100-point perk, because oh my gosh, as soon as I'm done with this, I will be purchasing a full size. It has almost like little granules. It feels like almost like thick salt or sugar granules. It's not super rough, so it doesn't like feel super exfoliating rough type. It's just enough to take out all the impurities, all the makeup. It's amazing. And in normal Tatcha form, it smells like a spa. You can't go wrong there, and it doesn't leave my skin feeling all tight and gross after I rinse it off, which is a huge plus. A couple of items that I featured in one of my Dazzled or Disappointed is the Flyliner and the Pro Filt'r eyeshadow primer from Fenty. You guys, I can't even with these. I just can't even tell you. So I've told you time and time again, I cannot do a good wing liner with a pen. I just can't. I have to have a slanted brush, gel liner, and I use the slanted brush as like my guide. I can make the line and then I can go from there. Brushes or pens have never been my thing until now. This thing is going to be my tried and true from here on out. Let me zoom you in because the wing I have going on today was done only with this pen and is probably the best wing I have done in a really, really long time. It's straight, it's even, it's the length and the it's steady. It's not all jagged because I've been shaking. It's perfection. And guys, this thing is so good that it's really rich in pigment. The shade is called Cause I'm Black and it is amazing. It's not completely round. It's got like a triangular type of form so that you can really get a good grip. And the best thing is this, it's just, the tip is so skinny that like literally, let me see, I've never really done this before. Let me see. So do you see how skinny that is? You can go so thin, make the faintest line so that you're sure you got it straight, you're sure you got it where you want it, and then go over it. It's perfection. If you want to go a little bit thicker, then you can when you want to add it onto your actual lid. This thing, guys, there are no words. It doesn't, you know how a lot of pens also, like, once you've done your wing and you're trying to, like, okay, now I'm going to do my lid, like, halfway through the lid, it starts drying a little bit. It's almost like you got to shake it. You got to put the cap back on. You kind of got to rub it. You don't have to do that with this. This thing is incredible. I highly 100% suggest it. It's only 20 bucks. It's less than a lot of them on the market right now. So this thing, guys, I can't even. Favorite liquid eyeliner of all time. The eyeshadow primer, I can't even tell you. I have never used a primer that has made my eyeshadows stay this good, this vibrant, that has just brought out the 100% true pigment of an eyeshadow than this thing. So one of you had asked me if this was drying on the eyelids or if it's moisturizing because you had dry eyelids. And so what I had mentioned to her, and I'm going to tell y'all as well, is that it's kind of neither. It's very tacky. It's almost like kind of a, do you remember the J1 jelly pack that has that kind of glue texture? It's not that sticky, but it is very tacky. And so it's not, I don't find it to be drying. But I also don't find it to be like super moisturizing. It's probably more moisturizing than it is drying, but it has that tackiness. And it, like my shadows just, it just grabs on and they stay there super vibrant. I'm wearing it today. I've been wearing it since I bought it. I just can't with that one. It's amazing. Okay guys, so moving on to something that I know some of y'all like Kylie, a lot of y'all don't, and I'm okay with that. I mean, I don't really keep up too much with her. I know I like her cosmetics line. I have a lot from her brand, and so I did pick up a few things from the summer collection. One of them, I still have the box. I'm going to keep the box because I like the bright yellow with the purple. So I did pick up the eyeshadow palette, and I can't even tell you, I have been loving this. It just has the perfect just pigmentation, the perfect shades. I love bright oranges, bright corals. To me, when you've got like either you've got a good tan or you bronze up your face, this thing will make you look that much more bronzed and glowy, these types of shades. They are so good. I mean, I know her shades lately have been kind of hit or miss. This one by far has been amazing. Now granted, there's 3 or 4 shades that I have not yet used because I seem to be using the same shades over and over. So here, as an example, is just, I mean, I didn't even dig. The pigmentation is really, really great. Over the course of maybe the past year, year and a half, the only palette I really did not like was the Momager palette, the Kris Jenner palette. I should have listened to reviews. I just really wasn't as crazy about that one as I could have been. But anyways, that's my own fault. But this one, is so incredible. It's like, this shade is like neon coral. It's so good. The metallics are really, really nice. They have an amazing finish, and I have found that every single time I have used this, it's given me like such a bronzed look. I don't know. There's some shades that complement like bronzier skin so good. So I am just over the moon for this palette. Really, really glad I picked it up. So that's that. Then there's a couple of other things I picked up from her collection, and those were, so I picked up the lipsticks, but I really haven't had a chance to try those out, play with them yet, so can't really tell you about those. But about her glitter glosses, those are products I typically pick up because they are usually so good in the sense that they are like over the top sparkle. And if you're gonna go glitter gloss, go all the way. So I love these glitter toppers and things like that, but they usually don't have as much glitter as I would like for them to have. So I picked up 2 out of the 3. I ended up not picking the third because I thought, I've already picked the palette, the glosses, and the lipsticks. I think I'm good. But I ended up picking up Don't Slip and Chill Peel, and you guys, I mean, if you are into glitter, if you're into like super metallic lips, which you know lately I have been on the hunt for based on my Too Faced Matte Metallic review, then these are so up your alley. These are just perfect. They're perfect summer colors, but like the shift and the glitter is over the top, and it is right up my alley. So these I have been 100% loving. They are right up my alley, and I am so glad I picked those up. Just a few other things. So earlier in the month, Too Faced, Sephora had a weekly wow where their Moisture Matte Peachy lipsticks, what are these called? I don't even know what they're called anymore because I threw away the box. But the peach lipsticks that is exclusive to Sephora, the sun just hid behind a cloud, so if the lighting just changed, I am so sorry. These went to Weekly Wow for 50% off. I was blown away. So I ordered 8, and I thought when they come in, I will pick which ones I want. I ended up picking 5 and returning 3 that I wasn't going to use. But this one's in the shade Make Me Blush. Not to say that this one's my favorite. I love them pretty much all the same. The only thing is I wanted to feature one of them in here as a favorite, just for the like lipstick lineup. Guys, they are so moisturizing, so they're long, it's surprisingly long lasting for a regular bullet lipstick. They smell amazing. They smell like the eyeshadow palette, but if you're sensitive to smells, you won't really like it because the smell lingers for a while. If I'm drinking iced coffee, like then I can smell it for a while because then it's on my straw. Anyways, I love these things so, so much. Like, pigmentation is crazy. It lasts a really long time, surprisingly long time, again, for a bullet lipstick, and just very comfortable. This was a total win for me. I am loving those lipsticks. I would not have tried them unless they would have gone on sale, and they did, to Weekly Wow, and oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Next, okay, so this one's still in its box. So this is the weird thing about me if you're new to my channel. I'll buy something, and even if I am using it, I will keep it in its box for like a good month. I don't know if it makes it kind of still feel new to me or something. I don't know, but I always feel bad throwing away the box right away. I don't know. I'm just weird that way. But this is the new Smashbox Ablaze palette that is specific to Ulta. And I had my eye on it like as soon as it came out. Finally, I placed my order because since July was my birthday month, I got 5 times the points. And so I picked it up, and Smashbox, if you remember from way back, is one of those brands for me that is really hit or miss, especially when it comes to their powders. However, I have really been wanting to pick up that contour palette that they recently, Kylie Contour, Kylie, anyways, it's got bronzers, highlighters, and contours, and they sell it at Sephora and Ulta. I have seen amazing reviews on it, and when I swatch it in store, it's so soft, so pigmented. So I figured I want to pick this one up. I mean, first off, the cover screams summer. The theme is amazing. But then look at the blushes. These things spoke to me from the moment I saw them in the picture. I was like, oh my gosh. So then I figure, okay, well maybe I'll go for this one first because it's got the contour and bronze shades, it's got 2 blushes, and then it's got 2 highlighters. So why don't I try this one first? This one is limited edition. It's exclusive to Ulta, so that also can sometimes be hit or miss, because then you're like, okay, the quality kind of, it suffered a little bit. So usually when I use a product, from the first time I use it, I can pretty much determine whether I'm going to love it ongoing or if I'm going to be kind of like, I'm not going to get a whole lot of use out of this, or I'm not really liking this or whatever. However, there's those times where I use something for the first time and I'm like, I'm a little disappointed. But then as I continue to use it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the best thing ever. And this was one of those times. So the first time I used this, I was like, man, I was like, I've had my eye on this for a bit. I was hoping it would be so much more, whatever. That was day 1. Day 2, I'm like, I think I really like how this makes my skin look. Day 3, I was like, I love this. Day 4, I'm like, blown away. Anyways, now I can't put it down. I have practically been using it every single day from the date that I got it. And it's what I'm wearing today. It's the blush I'm wearing today, the bronzer, and the highlight. And you know, Smashbox to me doesn't do a whole lot of beaming glow. Like, they do nice, but they don't do like, you can see me from 3 blocks down. And, well, I guess they just changed all that because, yeah. So you get a contour and a bronzing shade, and the bronzing shade I prefer more, obviously. It gives me such a warmth to my skin. Like, anyways, that paired with this gold highlight, it has rocked my world. It has made me look like I've come back from the beach, that I've come back from vacation, that I'm super glowy, that I'm this bronzed summer queen. And so I have just loved it. So I'm going to give you a couple of swatches. Now, the only thing I've not been loving is that one of the highlighters is that pinky type of shift, which I feel like everybody's coming out with. I don't even know why, because I don't feel like I get a whole lot of use out of that. And I haven't been getting a lot of use of that one pan of product, and so that's the only bummer for me. But aside from that, but here is what they look like. So you've got the gold on this side and the pink on that side. Blinding. That gold one is just so stunning. Now, for super fair skin tones, it might be a little dark. It works great on me, and I'm a light medium. I can get away with using light foundation if I warm my skin up a little bit, but on me it works great. And then the 2 blushes are also perfection, because you've got the lighter peach, but you also have the brighter, more neon for those days where you want to go a little bit more bold, where you want a little bit more color. And then, let's do the contour, and these powders are very soft, so you get a little bit of that clumpiness when you try to swirl your finger in. Here's the contour, here's the bronze. The contour might be a little light for some of my deeper skin tones. I think the bright blush would go well with all skin tones, quite frankly. If you're fair, all you have to do is go in with a really light hand. I notice that if I just barely dab my brush in, I can build it up very, very nicely. It's not like you go in looking like a clown. And so I think there's really something in here for everyone. Well, I say that and then I swatch the bronzer and it's a little lighter than what it looked on my finger. But I will tell you again, I am a light medium and I have to go in with a semi-light hand on that bronzer, because if not, it goes a little bit way too much. And then I end up, it just does not look good on me because it looks too dark. You know, it's like, okay, what's going on? Your face doesn't match the rest of your body. But it's called the Ablaze Face Palette by Smashbox. Totally love it. I think it was like $39. I'm down to the last couple of things, guys. So the next product I am using on my eyes today, and it is the Laura Lee, what is this called? The Boss Babe and Party Animal Set. I feel like, you know, now in the spirit of Jaclyn Hill's Vault coming out, I feel like this is kind of similar, but these kind of things are like a long time, I believe, in the making, so I think they probably just had very similar ideas. I have to say, so I'm wearing this today. I have never received more compliments when wearing these palettes. So I combine them. I use both of them. I don't just use Boss Babe or Party Animal. I use both of them together. Let's mix in the corporate with the party, you know? And so I use the neon with the neutrals. It's what I did again today. And I can tell you, I have never received more compliments, more people out and about telling me, I love your makeup. Oh my gosh, your makeup looks so good. Oh, what are you wearing? Your eyes look so good. So this thing is really amazing. I love the packaging. I love that I can stand it up like a book. I think it's really sleek. It's really neat. I watched the video on this when she was first going to launch it, and I think it was her husband's concept, so I think he is super creative. I love this. And so right here you've got the two sides, and one says it's a party, the other says hustle hard. You know which is which, and you just basically slide the little tray out like this, and then you've got the eyeshadow palette on the inside, and I just can't even. So super, super cute. Very travel friendly if you take them out of this little library. I believe they are right now sold out the last I looked, because I knew I was going to feature this in this video, and I was like, let me look and make sure that these are still in stock before I start saying anything, and they're not. But I have noticed with her stuff, she tends to restock, and so anyways, these are the neon type of shades. I will say though, they do, as with all neons, they do appear better if you use a white base like Milk, like NYX Milk pencil. It makes them stand out even more, but today I am not wearing it with Milk. The purple in that palette is super incredible. Let me give you a swatch of that, because it's what I am wearing mostly on my lid, and like I didn't even... It goes on so easy, you guys. And again, if you're not careful, it'll go on like too much. Let's see what else we've got going on here. Okay, so for Boss Babe, it's the obviously more neutral palette. And this is what it looks like right here. So, of course, you know me. I love brighter colors, so I gravitate more towards the party animal side. But I'm not, what's weird is I'm not really a party animal, never have been. And so I just love the colors. As far as the Boss Babe, just beautiful. I mean, let me give you the three metallics, and let's do one of the mattes. So that's what those look like. Super work appropriate, especially if you are in the corporate workplace and you kind of need to go a little bit neutral, a little bit more subdued. That is what you've got there. Oh my gosh, you guys. And I really did love the price of this. The only thing is when you order from like a YouTuber's website, you typically pay shipping, which I did. I paid like six something on shipping, but both of them together, this whole set was 30 bucks, which I don't think is bad. Some can say, well, yeah, there's only 6 shades in each, but you get all this packaging. I don't know. I think the presentation is really, really nice for what you get. So love, love, love this set. I say stay in touch with the website so that you can see when that comes back in stock. Last but certainly not least, I have a non-makeup favorite for this month, and it is actually the Mamma Mia Here We Go Again soundtrack. So I didn't totally grow up listening to ABBA. My mom really listened to ABBA when I was roughly 4, 5, 6 years old. I distinctly, vividly remember sitting in the backseat of the car, and she'd be driving and she'd have ABBA's cassette. This was back when there were cassette tapes. She'd have ABBA's cassette tape in the car radio, and that's what we would listen to. So when I hear these songs, it takes me back. So I am a huge fan of the first movie. I loved the first Mamma Mia. So I was really looking forward to this. Now, I'm not going to spoil it for you if you haven't already seen it. There was something that totally bummed me out that I did not know going into the movie because I didn't read up on it. I just knew I want to see part 2 of Mamma Mia. Anyways, that aside, the songs are great. There's a few repeats from part 1, obviously sang by a different cast, but there are a few new ones that they've added. So like The Name of the Game, One of Us. Oh my gosh, those are ones that like take me back. I can just, like, I see myself sitting in the backseat of the car and listening to The Name of the Game. So anyways, guys, this thing is so good. You've got some Cher on here because you know she comes back as the grandma. And then you've got Amanda Seyfried on here. And then I can't remember for the life of me her name, but it's the main actress is the one that came out in Cinderella, which I loved that movie. She's really, really good. And surprisingly, an amazing amazing singer. This thing is awesome, guys. So if you want like a fun spin on ABBA music, if you really loved the Mamma Mia movie part 1 or part 2, I say pick this bad boy up. This thing has been on a loop in my car. I have not been listening to anything else. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Of course, now that I am ending this video, the sun is coming out. Of course it would happen that way. Guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this July favorites. I hope you were entertained, maybe even saw a few goodies that you're kind of interested in. Before I let you go, I do need to give you the verse of the day. Today's comes from Proverbs 27, and it says, "The righteous man leads a blameless life. Blessed are his children after him." Alright guys, thanks again for watching. I hope you'll consider subscribing to my channel if you are new. I'd love to have you as part of this YouTube family. If you don't mind giving me a thumbs up, I don't know all the back end details of YouTube, honestly. All I know is I love makeup, I love interacting with you guys, so I do videos. But it's my understanding that thumbs up help. So if you would give me a thumbs up, I really would truly appreciate it. Thanks for spending time with me today, guys. I hope y'all are having a most wonderful day. I will see you in the next video. Bye, everybody.